Hello guys, so we meet again with a new topic, that is trigonometric functions. I hope you have understood about the complex numbers. If you have any doubts, you can please share it in your comment section. And also you can just visit our other videos on other topics, that is in mechanics and electronics. We will be including many more topics and many more subjects which are related to engineering in the coming future. So today, starting with the trigonometric functions. So trigonometry, as a definition goes, is basically a science of measurement of the sides of a triangle and the angles of a triangle. Even though the definition might sound very easy, but the application of trigonometry is far-reaching in nature. It has its many applications in the field of sciences, physics, engineering, and many more. The application of trigonometry can be seen in the analysis of waves like the sound waves or even the radio waves. It has far-reaching effects in the field of electronics while they are analyzing the communication system between the two points. Trigonometry has many applications in the field of physics. It is used to analyze many problems in mechanics. Let us begin with trigonometric functions. To begin with trigonometric functions, we have to understand something which is called as an angle. An angle can be defined with the set of two rays which are drawn like this. The angular displacement or the angular distance between these two rays is nothing but the angle. In this ray forms the initial ray or the initial side, and this forms the final side. So if my OA, which is the initial side, is going to turn about O in this direction, in the anti-clockwise direction, and make an angle theta, then that theta is basically the angle which is between the two rays, that is the final side and the initial side. So if my point A or the ray OA is going in the anti-clockwise direction, so it will have a positive angle, and if it is going in the clockwise direction, that is in this fashion, then this angle which forms is a negative angle, so that will be a negative theta. There are two ways in which my angles can be measured. The one way which we know is my degrees, the measurement in the terms of degrees, and the other is radians. Let us try to understand what does 1 degree basically means. Let us define what is 1 degree basically means. Now if I consider that a point P is making a circular motion about point O, which is the origin, then if P is moving from P to P dash, say some point P dash on the circle, and if the length of P to P dash is such that it is 1 by 360 of the total revolution of a circle, then the angle which is formed at the origin or at O because of this P and P dash is defined as 1 degree. So according to that, my 90 degrees will be the angle between the axis, that is the positive x-axis and the positive y-axis, and this whole angle is termed as 180 degrees. Another addition of this will give me a 270 degrees, and this whole circle will be of 360 degrees. So this is how we define 1 degree, or basically the measurement of angles in degrees. The next measurement is my radians. While defining 1 radian, let me again consider the same point P which is moving about in the circle. Now this time my P is going to P dash such that the arc length of P dash is equal to the radius of the circle. So if R is the radius of the circle, then the arc length will also be equal to R. The angle which is formed between P and P dash is then defined as 1 radian. So this is how we define 1 radian. That is, if my P to P dash has the arc length of the radius of the circle, then the angle which is subtended at the origin is defined as 1 radian. Now let us define the various trigonometric functions using this unit circle. So I am having a circle with radius as 1 and its center is at origin. Now let me consider some point P which lies on the circle and let its coordinate be x, y. Now if I want to define what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a small construction. I'm going to join OP, that is the radius of the circle, and from P I'm going to drop a perpendicular to the x-axis, that is denoted by Pn. Now from this I know the distance of OM is considered as x and distance of my PM will be considered as y. My hypotenuse of this triangle will be 1. So basically this OPM is going to form a right angle triangle. So using this right angle triangle I can define the different ratios of trigonometry. So trigonometric functions are nothing but ratios of the sides. So depending on what two types of sides I am going to consider, I will be having a different trigonometric ratio or a trigonometric function. So the first value which I am going to have is my cos. So let this be my theta. If I want to find what is going to be my cos theta, by definition of cos, it is the side which is adjacent upon the hypotenuse. So side adjacent to this theta is x and hypotenuse is 1. So that gives me the answer as x divided by 1. So basically it is my x. To get the second relation, that is for sine ratio. So my sine theta has the ratio of side which is opposite to it upon hypotenuse. So side opposite to is y and the hypotenuse is 1. In the same way I can define what is tan theta. Tan theta has a ratio of side which is opposite upon side which is adjacent. So side which is opposite to this theta is y, upon the adjacent side is my x. We go to the next ratio, that is my sec theta. Sec theta ratio is hypotenuse side divided by adjacent side. So it is hypotenuse side which is 1 divided by the adjacent side which is x. Next ratio is my cosec theta, which is the hypotenuse side divided by the opposite side. So it is 1 by y. And final ratio is my cot theta, which is defined by the adjacent side divided by the opposite side, which is my x by y. So we have defined my 6 ratios. I have 3 sides. Out of that I have to take 2 at a time and it should be in order. So that is why this problem is basically for a 3p2 ways in which I can select. So that is why I am having 6 different ratios or 6 different functions for a particular angle. So as you can see that these ratios or functions are basically dependent on the coordinate of my point P, that is x, y, and P lies on a circle. That is why this set of functions are also called as circular functions, because the x and the y, that is the y coordinate and the x coordinate of a point which lies on the circle, is going to define the ratios of my trigonometry or the trigonometric functions. That is why they are called as circular functions also. From these set of formulas I can get a relation between the trigonometric functions. You have to always remember that cos and the sine are the main building blocks of the trigonometry. Using my sine and cos, I can get the other functions from it. If you observe tan theta, tan theta has a value of y by x, which is nothing but y is my sine and x is my cos. So you get the first relation, that is my tan theta can be obtained from sine and cos using their ratios. The other thing, which is sec theta, if you observe, it is 1 by x, and 1 by x is nothing but 1 by cos. So my sec theta has a relation of sec theta equals 1 by cos. Next relation is cosec. Cosec is 1 by y and y is my sine, so that gives me cosec as 1 by sine theta. Then the last one, which is my cot theta, is nothing but x by y, which is cos by sine. So it is cos theta by sine theta, which can be also written as 1 by tan theta. So I am having only sine and cos. I can get the other relations very easily. The other set of important results are called as my trigonometric identities. So whenever you are having a right angle triangle, it is much easier to apply the Pythagoras theorem. So for this triangle, it is going to be OP square equals OM square plus MP square. I hope you know what is Pythagoras theorem, which is done in your school levels. So OP square has a value 1, OM square has a value x, and MP square has a value y. If you can recollect, my x was basically having the value cos theta, so I'm getting a cos square theta. My y was having the value sine theta, so I am having a sine square theta. Whenever you are having this composite function, that is function within a function, you have to be very careful. Over here, cos square theta means I am first of all finding what is the value of cos theta and then I am squaring it. Many of the people feel that cos square theta is basically cos and theta square. This is totally a different thing. In this case, I am first finding what is the answer for my theta square, that is I am first squaring the angle inside the trigonometric functions, and then I am finding the cos or the required trigonometric function. So these two are totally different things. So this is my first identity, that is cos square theta plus sine square theta is 1. If I divide this relationship with sine square theta, I get the second identity, that is 1 by sine square is equal to cos square theta by sine square theta plus 1. My 1 by sine square, that can be written as 1 by sine theta the whole square. This thing can be written as cos theta by sine theta the whole square. So I am having 1 by sine theta as cosec square theta is equal to cot square theta plus 1. So this becomes my second identity. The other thing, that is the third identity, I can get using division by cos square theta to this. So I am dividing this equation by cos square theta. That leads to me a division by cos square is equal to 1 plus sine square theta divided by cos square theta. So on the same terms, my 1 by cos square is basically 1 by cos theta the whole square, which is nothing but sec square theta equals 1 plus this is nothing but sine theta by cos theta the whole square, which you can recollect as tan square theta. So these are the three important identities which are seen in my trigonometric function. Thank you for watching our videos. If you have any doubts, please do share in the comment section. For information on us, you can go and look it in the about page. It will also give you the schedule of the videos which will be coming up in the month. Do like and share and subscribe our channel. This will help us make more videos like this on different topics. Do watch videos on other topics also. Thank you and keep learning.